Hey, it's Barb, and I have a story to tell you, and it begins with cow-horse stuff, cutting stuff, but it ends with something for everyone in all disciplines. So here's what happened. About 3 years ago, I was thinking about updating, adding to my flag fundamentals program. Now, for those of you who don't ride horses on cattle, a flag is a mechanical device whereby we can teach our horses how to turn well with a flag, or how to turn well with a cow, but we use the flag to teach them. And then I started thinking about, well, I should give some instruction or some exercises for people to develop the kinds of horsemanship skills, like the use of your seat and to keep your eyes up and to breathe and to use your legs independently, because on a cow, we have to, like right away from the cow, right up to the cow, and it has so much to do with our legs. And so I thought, I'm gonna develop just a couple little things to help people so that when they work the flag, they're loose in their upper body and they really feel their balance and they feel their horse. And so I started to think about that. And then, of course, in the way my brain works, I was breaking it down. And then I realized that in order for people to really learn that there were a number of steps to it. So I ended up with 12 steps, 12 exercises. And then I realized that these weren't just skills and behaviors and routines for people who work a horse on cattle, but they were actually a way to develop a really close connection with a horse, no matter what kind of riding you do. So I never quite got to the flag, the new flag update, which I plan to do, but I released those 12 exercises in this program called Well Connected. Well, over the past year, I realized, come here, Nikki, come on, baby. Over the past year, I realized that there was even more that people could feel and experience, and it's those micro movements of the most subtle kind, with the still upper body and feeling a horse, underneath you even more. So now I added 5 more exercises to, take it even to a deeper level or a higher level, whichever way you want to think about it. So anyway, I just want to share just a little bit about those steps, because I have a free workshop going on, and one of those lessons has been released, but I don't think I really explained well how this sequence works. So the first thing is that you use your breath to get really grounded before you ever get on your horse. And as I go through these, you'll see, like I said, that they're not just for working a cow. So you set an intention, and my intention for this part of the video is for me to be as succinct and as clear as I can about the pieces of developing more feel and then consequently more connection with your horse. So that first step is to get really grounded before you ever get on. Then, once you get on, it's to once again take another breath, get very, breathe again. As you know, I'm real big into breathing. And just get set. You can wait for your horse to take a breath if you like. For sure, you take a breath. And then be clear about where you want to go. So I'm just going to walk this way. look where I'm going. And I'm just going to walk and talk to you. So that's the first part, your breath and your intention and the clarity of where you want to go. Then the next part is all about your seat. And that's because our seat is the primary way that we communicate with a horse. And just to show you, I have a little exercise that you can do, a little fun thing that you can do the next time you get on your horse. And take the ends of your fingertips and just sit on your seat bones. Find your seat bones, and I'm going to warn you, they're pointy. And you're sitting here, and you look ahead, and then you sit, and you push your belt buckle to your backbone. And then you bring your body up, and you'll just feel how your seat bones roll in the saddle. And then you just kind of relax, and then you can look to your right, and you can feel how your seat bones move underneath you there. And you can look to your left and feel how your seat bones move as you look. So my point in that is that when we come up and when we come down and when we use our eyes, our horse feels us through our seat. And our seat is actually the primary communication that our horse is always feeling. So we can use that in a conscious way to develop a really a connection with our horse and our balance that's meaningful to the horse. And by the way, this part of your body in your core is the part of your body that holds your emotions. So when we have control of our seat, then we are more calm and focused. So I'm going to take a breath, and then you add that, your eyes and your seat and your breath. Remember, when you get on your horse next time and you do that little exercise, you'll see how just by using your eyes to really look where you're going has so much to do with your communication with your horse. The next thing is a rhythm of bring your energy up and bring your energy down with your seat. Bring your energy up, and energy up can be translated into a faster gait, and energy down is a slower gait. But you do it with your body. I'm just going to go over here now, look over here. I'm going to come over here and just change directions. And by doing that, I'm just giving you a thumbnail of this system of taking your time and exercises to develop this connection with your horse. So now we have our eyes all the time with the mantra, eyes, see, breathe. We're always looking where we're going. We can, go a little faster, bring our energy up. Look how my body comes up. I inhale a little bit, bring my energy down. I come down. I exhale. I'm just riding around now, just practicing that, feeling my seat. Now the next thing is your cueing and the sequence of cueing. Knowing that it's your thought and your eyes and your seat and your breath that always comes before your legs, and then your hand comes last. So I haven't used my hand on Nick, not because I don't want to use my hand, but just because for so long I've ridden him like this, and I feel the motion of his body under my seat. He knows that when I collapse, that it means slow down or stop. By looking, he has a good idea, and then I use my legs to guide him. And then if he's fresh or he's not listening or he's silly, or by silly I mean gets a little spooked, I use my hand to support. Your hand is not the first thing that we go to. So you can see how when we work a cow and have our hand down, I was all about developing these skills for someone that works a cow, because we're using our seat, we're using our eyes, we're using our breath, using our legs independently, and our hand only when we need to make a correction. But it's such an awesome way to ride. And then as you develop it, this feel and this, you look, okay, now I'm adding my leg, because he wasn't going to the right just with my leg. But then as you get the rhythm of it and the flow of it, then you become able to do what's called micro moves. And micro moves is where I ask Nick to do something, he responds or not, I respond back, and our communication gets very subtle. And I'm a little distracted because I'm talking to you, but when I'm riding Nick, and I can go in the pasture when he gets down a little bit, when he's not, gets a little bit more, when not as fresh, and I'm really focused and my eyes are up and I'm breathing, it just becomes this harmonizing of going back and forth. And you can do the same. And so I have a 3-part free workshop that explains all that. So I wanted you to understand, how I came upon this and why I'm so excited about it. And I know that it works from the hundreds of riders who have used it. And I just want you to know about it. So if you're interested in this free workshop, just click the link below and we'll send you the lessons. Lesson 1 is already waiting for you. And now you know the story of how something that started with the idea of working a cow has become this whole system of being grounded and still and balanced in the saddle, and being a really clear communicator in subtle ways. So thank you, and leave a comment and let me know what you think if this resonates with you.